it is. Hello. Now I is streaming. Not that anyone cares. Had to let my last person know. The most important one. Anyway, just updating my listings and then we'll get going. Not terribly interesting, huh? That's okay though. I don't always have to be a thrill a minute. Today is going to be a stressful day politically. That'll be fun. It has not been, the best of weeks for anyone I know. It's a stressful, difficult time. Watching presidential races when the primaries and how they all work out, this isn't about politics, this is about emotions. It's really interesting to see people be humanized. For example, what I mean is grief, loss, pain, suffering. When you're trying to get something on that scale, so much of yourself goes into it, I think, that the rejection and the loss after a lifetime of attempting to, you know, become this person and you're not able to do it. It's really interesting in a way, because I've always had this feeling that loss is an equalizer in a way. We all, if you live long enough, you lose someone or you lose something. We all get older, we lose our youth. People die that we love. We lose things, and certainly the pain of having to bow out of the presidential race is certainly a painful thing for these people to go through. So I guess I just mean that, if nothing else, it's not often you see that kind of pain in the public eye. Mostly people, when they lose someone or when something happens, they they tend to say, "Oh, respect the privacy of the family," and then they vanish. But there's certain things that you need to do and finish up when you're running for office that you can't just duck out. You have to at least say, "Sorry, it didn't work out." You rah rah, you have to do something. And that's unusual for the kinds of world we have now. To have to see somebody operating even though they're in excruciating pain. Something I think about a lot because I'm often in excruciating pain. Uh, but also, I think it was harder last time. If you liked Hillary, I did, and she was, it was obviously her last hurrah. She had decided, so that was like even more painful for her. Is that there's no chance, and that's got to be excruciating. They're just talking about it on the human level, not talking about it as if it's I don't know, a political thing. Uh, I often think about that. I would say the one difference is things like with Kobe Bryant, where when he died and his daughter died, they had this massive remembrance. And, grief can be prettified. I guess we do, but I don't think they are. I think they have souls, and I think that they hurt. But hi, my Johnny. Um, but I think also with, the loss of Kobe and whatever, I remember when, right after pretty much it happened, they had Shaq go talk about him on TV, not as part of the remembrance, as an actual separate thing. He went on TV and one of his sports shows, and they were asking about it, and his grief was ugly. It was ugly grief. And hey, Darkwolf, and I mean that in the most complimentary of ways, because the uglier the grief is, I think, the more you love the person, or the more you're either the more you love the person, or the more complete a human being you are, able to suffer through it bravely and proudly, in a sense. You know, nobody's ever proud when they lose somebody. It hurts like hell. But to be able to go through it and not hide it is a certain kind of bravery, and a certain kind of, something to be proud of. Hey, Kimmy. So when he went on TV and talked about Kobe dying, I actually cried watching it. And I know nothing about basketball. I know nothing about Kobe Bryant at all. But watching him like that was really moving. When somebody really hurts for somebody else, it's a moving thing. I guess I just, it was nice. It was nice to see that somebody was loved. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter that I didn't know anything about him. What matters is he was loved. And when you see that, that's the kind of thing that I think moves me. I talk about grief a lot because it's just such a huge portion of my life, grief and loss. I don't mean to depress anybody. It's a fact of life. And watching Pete Buttigieg bow out was hard. He was definitely grieving. Although I kind of want to reach out to him and say, dude, you did phenomenal. You're 39. You have a lifetime ahead of you